Have you ever wondered what really happens inside an Uber when the sun goes down and the streets look different? What I've discovered in the past few weeks will shock you and completely change the way you view the cars that pass your window every night. Before I reveal everything, if you want to discover secrets most people will never know, like and subscribe to the channel now because what follows will leave you speechless. For 3 months, I spoke with more than 50 Uber drivers who work exclusively at night, and what they told me goes beyond anything you could imagine. These men and women who drive the dark streets of major American cities have experiences that seem straight out of a movie, but are 100% real. And there's something specific that happens after midnight that even Uber itself doesn't want you to know about. Mike, a driver in Atlanta for 5 years, told me something that made me question everything I thought about this job. He looked at me with that look of someone who's seen too much and said there are passengers he'll never forget, and not for the reasons you're thinking. There's a pattern, something that happens repeatedly in the wee hours, especially between 2 and 4 a.m., that completely transformed his perspective on human nature. Sarah, a driver from Miami, has been working from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. for 3 years. She told me that after her first year of night driving, she developed a sort of sixth sense for recognizing when something extraordinary was about to happen inside her car. I'm not talking about violence or danger, but moments that reveal people's true selves when they think no one is paying attention. And that's exactly where things get interesting, because what Sarah discovered is that people completely transform when they get into an Uber at night. It's as if that small, intimate space, protected by the darkness outside, creates a bubble where social masks simply disappear. She told me she's been the unwitting confidant of secrets that could destroy entire families, witnessed impossible reconciliations, and witnessed moments of human vulnerability so profound that they even changed the way she saw her own life. But there's something even deeper going on. James, who's been driving in Las Vegas for 7 years, revealed to me that he's developed a theory about why certain night races are completely different from anything that happens during the day. According to him, there's a specific energy that takes over people after dark, especially when they're moving around the city, going from one place to another in that transitional state that only happens at night. If you're enjoying this story and want to know more secrets that only those who work on the streets know, leave a like to show me that you're following, because what comes next will surprise you even more. James told me he began to notice that his nighttime passengers fell into very specific categories, and each category revealed something different about the hidden side of American society. There are those running from something, those searching for something they've lost, those carrying secrets too heavy to bear alone. And there's a fourth category he only told me about after I promised never to reveal the specific details of their stories. What all these drivers have in common is a unique insight into human vulnerability. They told me it's impossible to drive at night for more than 6 months without beginning to understand things about people that even psychologists don't discover in years of therapy. Because when someone gets in your car at 2 a.m., especially if they're alone, they're not just going from point A to point B. They're moving through their lives, literally and metaphorically. Lisa, a driver from Chicago, told me about a particular night that completely changed her understanding of human connection. It was a winter Thursday, lightly snowing, and she received a ride to pick up someone from a hospital. When the person got in the car, Lisa immediately noticed something was different, but couldn't quite put her finger on it. During the 20-minute drive, something so profound and unexpected happened that she had to stop the car and cry. And here's where the story gets really interesting, because what Lisa experienced that night wasn't an isolated incident. There's something about the nighttime environment, the movement of the car, the forced intimacy between strangers, and perhaps even the darkness outside that creates perfect conditions for moments of pure humanity that simply don't happen anywhere else. Marcus from Detroit has been working as a night driver for 8 years and has developed his own philosophy about it. He believes his car becomes a mobile confessional where people share truths they've never told anyone else. Not because he asks or because they want to, but because something about that moment, that situation, that unique combination of elements breaks all the normal barriers of human communication. But the most striking discovery came when I realized that all these drivers, regardless of their city, reported the same phenomenon. Between 2 and 4 a.m., there's a window of time where rides become completely different. The people who get into the car during this time aren't just passengers. They're human beings at their most genuine, most vulnerable, most real. And that's exactly what Uber, as a company, will never be able to capture or quantify. They can track routes, trip times, and ratings, but they'll never be able to measure the real human impact of what happens inside these cars at night. The drivers I interviewed aren't just service providers, they've become unwitting guardians of people's most intimate moments. What really happens inside an Uber at night isn't about the destination, it's about the emotional journey people take as they cross the city. It's about how a stranger can become the most important person in someone's life for exactly 15 minutes. It's about how $20 can buy not just a ride, but a moment of genuine human connection that both people will remember forever. The truth is, these night drivers have become unlicensed therapists, secular confessors, and sometimes the only person who truly listens to what someone needs to say. They carry stories they can never tell, secrets they can never reveal, and memories of human moments so pure they restore their faith in humanity every time the sun rises. If this story touched you in any way, if you've experienced something similar, or if you know a driver who works nights, leave a comment sharing your experience. And if you want more real stories about the hidden side of things we see every day but never truly understand, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell because every week I bring revelations that will change your perspective on the world around you. What happens inside an Uber at night is much more than transportation. It's a reminder that all of us, no matter how different we may seem, share the same basic need to be seen, heard, and understood. And sometimes this happens in the most unlikely place. In the backseat of a car, navigating the silent streets of a city that never sleeps, with a stranger who, for a few precious minutes, becomes the person who understands you most in the entire world.